Hold the stone, barren burns and the sparks are thrown. Durva, shut the gate, hammer now before it breaks. Water turns the hidden wheel, bronze remembers blackened steel. If the old marks crack or fade, read them deep where the cuts were made. Drum, drum, hold the stone, barren burns and the sparks are thrown. Durva, shut the gate, hammer now before it breaks. Ulkrag, the flow is torn. Zagdruk, the floor is worn. Kragtok, mark the wound, forged by fire and mend it soon.
Hey there, Hailborn here. Sorry, I haven't streamed in a couple of days. Let me turn these lights up just a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so today I am doing a little landscape work. So I discovered Gaia, I think I'm pronouncing that right, last night or a couple of days ago. And no, it was yesterday. I discovered it yesterday. Downloaded it yesterday. I did purchase the indie developer level. It was only 100 US. That's not bad. I didn't think it was bad. And so, yeah. First of all, this is... Oh, gotta slow that down a little bit. So, right click. Pull back on that mouse button a little bit. So I slow the speed down. And so, this is the current build for the tavern. You can see I took out all of the walls in the bunkhouse, but since I did almost 2 or 3 weeks worth of work just on the actual look of the tavern, I want to do a quick little mini run through so I can create a before and after short little video, and I will use, once I finish this recording, I will combine the two so that you can see what I had before and what I'm working with now. I think you're going to be a lot more impressed. So take a look at these boards. As I've been mentioning, I've been wanting to use these for a long time for the main posts. And now I am. But I've gone in and we have like 8 different beams. Let's go to architecture. Okay. So these are my main beams. I have all these different material instances for the beams so I can make them look different. And we're using 4, 5, 6, 7 main beams. I think there's a couple in architecture that I'm using too that I still haven't put where they belong. So I've got this one here. This one's a pretty good one. No, that one's not a good one. It's okay for a plank. But I've also changed the dimensions. I've changed what they look like. And so when you see the before, and I'm sorry, I didn't save that, so I can't just pull up that level. But look at that. Those beams look amazing compared to what they did look like. And the before and after is going to show that. You can see I'm using 2 different woods right there. So you have all of these different elements just in that one static mesh, right? And look at this wall. This wall looks fantastic, right? Like before it was very spread out and these inclusions look like big giant reeds. Now they look like they should. Okay, so I haven't finished putting up all the walls, but I have finished the outline of the tavern so far. I think I might flip-flop these beams to match these ones, just because I like some symmetry, even though they're not the same size in between the 2 posts. But honestly, I think that's what's going to give this building some serious character, is that it's not perfect, right? Things weren't perfect unless you were like a king or a queen. You know, I've been to a couple of royal palaces in the UK, and that stuff's pretty freaking perfect. This stuff, not so much. What I love is what I did with the floor. So before, I had overlapping boards. Now, they're cut. They're precision cut. Every single board rests on a support. So they're all supported properly, which I think is awesome. They are different sizes. I used 4 different floor panels for this section. And I think that's really cool. I'm really happy with the way it looks and with the way it feels. So I've got a second floor, that's done. I've been playing with the idea of doing a 3rd floor and having rooms in here instead of building a bunkhouse. I'm still toying with that idea, that's why I haven't rebuilt the bunkhouse. Because I love the idea of having the bunkhouse being built after the tavern is, and I've still got this dwarf tower, right? So the owner of the tavern, that's where they live. That's my plan. That was my original plan. They're gonna live on the 1st floor. Maybe they might be able to get up to the 2nd. I haven't decided yet because there's still some gameplay mechanics and some ideas that I have for the 2nd floor. I have not finished the inside. I haven't even really started the inside. It's smooth walls, basic stairs, basic shapes. It looks okay, but this is gonna need a lot of work as well. I'm trying to finish up the tavern first. This is all going to be kind of blocked off for the prelude, so I have time to work on this. More important to get the tavern done and decide if this is going to be a 3rd floor with small bunk rooms, and then I'll take this whole section out. But this is supposed to be a place a lot of travelers would have gone to, and so I'm toying with the idea of taking out the bunkhouse and just doing a 3rd floor that would overlook the first 2 floors. And even right now in my head, I'm thinking that's the way I might want to go, right? Because I can get small rooms. I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can get 9 small rooms up here. I do like this footprint that I created though. And I could turn that into the stable, make it an attached stable. So I have some things to think about in that section. But my favorite thing, show this to you, is this floor. It's almost done. You'll notice it's got gaps. Why? Because every single board in this floor I laid myself. They're all unique. Yeah, they're all the same boards, but they're all different sizes. They look different. This one's a little too high right now. There you go. See? So they're all different. They have different colors, shapes, sizes, and I absolutely love my floor. Oh, OBS Studio disconnected. Alright, nobody's watching. As long as it's still recording, that's fine. So yeah, that's the state of the tavern at the moment. I wanted to work on something a little different. And one thing I really wanted was a realistic background, right? Now, I love what I laid out here. I love the ideas, right? You've got mountains in the background that you can't pass. That's going to be one of my borders. That's fine. This was supposed to be the Dwarf Kingdom, right? They took a mountain and they turned it into their own thing. But this all looks very baked to me. It looks cartoony. This isn't what mountains look like. I've spent enough time in mountainous areas. I like these tidal flats, but that's not what tidal flats really look like. So I spent some time working in Gaia, and I've already created a couple of levels. So let's check out SB. All right, so this is my favorite so far. I haven't put anything in the level, just the landscape. We're gonna save that. Save that. That was just me moving that board down. Look at this. Look at it. Doesn't it look beautiful? Right? Like, look at these mountains. This looks like a loch in the Highlands of Scotland, or maybe the Cairngorms. Two of my favorite places to go, right? You've got high wall valleys on both sides. I've done some fun things on this side in order to make it a little bit more flat so it's usable in the game. We have over here, right? This is going to be the Dwarf Mountain now, okay? This erosion line is going to become the main river coming out of the Dwarf Kingdom area. I think what I'm going to do over here is make terraces, and it's going to be like an Incan or Mayan terrace gardens, right? But it's all going to be hidden. It's going to be hidden behind a forest. This area is all going to be a dark forest, and I want to put a gap over here so that later, not in the beginning, but later you can go up the mountains through a pass and into some new lands. Right? And then let's take a look over here. So I haven't done very much at all these two lands. I'm going to show you how I created them, and we're going to create another one. It really doesn't take very long in Gaia. Gaia seems to be a very quick tool, but very responsive, and it gets great results. I am by no means any kind of an expert in Gaia. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I hope I am. Right? But this, I started with an island, and well, I built everything else, and then I put the island in, and I moved it around with an adjustment tool, and now, like, that looks great, right? Look at that. It's got some texture to it. I didn't flatten it out. I do need to connect I need to slope this down so that you can get right up to it. Still planning on having the farmhouse somewhere over here, so I'm going to make some idle flats. Fishing village is going to go right over here. So I'll probably... I don't think I'm going to make that a flat area. I think I'm going to use the hills, and I'll use this area right here as the fishing village. And I'll have the houses, like the fronts will be on stilts and the backs will be right up against the walls. Main road will come right across here. That'll be a river going down into the loch. Keep on going. Right around. And then right here, right along this river valley, I plan on having a road along that river valley that leads right up this way, right through here. In this area, this is where there's going to be an old horse barn. And there might be some wild horses up here eventually. I think that area will be cool with that. And this is the back side of the Dwarf Kingdom. And so back here, I'm not going to do terrace. I don't think that's how you say that. But you are going to be able to see windows and what looks like carved landings, right? Because this whole mountain here, that's the Dwarf Kingdom. And then the main river comes out here, rushes down. And this is where it'll enter the bluff, but also come out here. So it's got two outlets. And then I'll have another river stream river-ish that comes down, flows into the lock right here. And then the farmhouse is gonna be right over here. Right? And then that gives me so much more usable space than the small map that I was using. And real. It's freaking amazing. So, alright, so this is the new level. Got a lot of work to do on this. I've shown you a little bit about what the tavern now looks like. So, let's go into Gaia though. Right, so this is the landscape that I just showed you. These are all the nodes that I used in order, and it took me a while to figure out. Hold down the middle mouse button, get that little thing to come up that lets you move the graph around. It took me a long time to figure that out. I don't know why. I had to look it up. Right, so I've got 4 mountains, 2 canyons, a transform. Right, so this is how I built this level. Now, I wanted to put some rivers in, but I haven't been able to get that to look quite right. So I'm going to build the rivers in Unreal. But I want to show you. Right, so if you click here, this is that first canyon. Well, this is actually the second canyon. This was the first canyon that I started with. And then I put this one in here and I transformed it because I wanted to create a flat area for the coastal village, which you can see when you come over here. I wanted to create that area. That's what I use that second canyon for. Each of these mountains is its own mountain. So I've got one up there. Got one in the lower left corner, one in the middle, and then that adds to this section. Okay. This is a combination node. I have them at different ratios, and you can, like, that's a max, so that takes 2 things, adds them together in a way I'm not sure how. But I like it. Little mountain range. I transform that, and I have the tectonic plates underneath that, which kind of gives it. Go back here. You can see. Let me click that. Scroll in a little. Because I have those plates, you can kind of see them. Kind of cool. One thing that was giving me a problem was this was originally completely flat, and it was just a flat motion. Kind of sucked. And when I exported that into Unreal, it didn't. It just translated as completely flat, boring, and it didn't give me any kind of depth on the coastline. So I had to add this adjustment and then this combine. It was really this adjustment is what allowed me to get more depth in it from the sea. So this is what the sea looks like. This is what it looks like when I translate it to Unreal. That's the Unreal export mode. So, let's go into a new level, have a little fun. There are unsaved changes in this terrain. Yeah, sure. It looks fun. Okay, so you have to hold Alt. I'm gonna just scroll out. Now, I really like having this. So this is the old one. We're not trying to recreate that, but I am still going to try to create something we can use. And I'm going to try to I'm going to do one more pass and see if I can make anything that looks better than what I already have. If I can't, that's fine. I like the way it looks. The landscape tools in Unreal work with it. So I'm quite happy with what I got. Alright, so we're going to come over here. We're going to go to Terrain, Primitive, And these aren't the first things I'm going to add. The first thing I'm actually going to add, right click, we're going to do plates. Okay. So that's adding tectonic plates, which helps with striations. Okay. Let's reduce the range a little. Fall off. That should be cool. This is just changing stuff. Then we're gonna do a funky angle. Okay. Alright, so that's plates. With plates, I'm gonna add mountain range. Okay. Alright, so this is our mountain range. Watch what happens when I do scale. Scale, bigger. I don't know what that actually did. I really don't. Let's just make it higher. Okay, so now we're gonna have a craggier range. And that reminds me, the craggy. Watch this. Craggy. That is a rock deformation as far as I understand it. Add some cragginess to it. Ow, that's crazy, right? Alright, so I'm gonna reduce the size. I'm gonna reduce the depth. Change. This is the seed node. This changes what it's created from, I guess is my understanding. All right, so now we have plates, tectonic plates, with a mountain range on top of it. This is what those two combined look like. And then I'm using craggy, so you can still see. Go back to mountain range. You've got the mountain range over here, right there. Then the cragginess. That's cool. Right, so that's the start of what I'm going to do. Then let's go and add a canyon. Okay, so I'm going to add a couple of canyons. That one actually looks really good. I like it. Yeah. I'm going to spin this around a little just so I can take a look. I like that. Nice and deep. I like how deep it is. So honestly, let's just keep it like that. Let's try to make it a little deeper. Yeah. Alright, cool.
Two hearts slept in the old world's breast, one high and
so
one
one thing
below.
that I didn't change is that in my world,
one dreamed where deep streams
this isn't an east-west. It is east and west in one way, but the way I look at it is usually south and north. And I wanted the mountain range in that tallest mountain, I wanted that to be the north. Not east or west. I wanted it to be the north. So let's do a transform.
Some men pray to crown and king, some swear by blade and bow.
I can't
But
change
rangers watch the tree line
which direction this is going without using transform. Now I can. So let's rotate it. I'm gonna rotate it 45
If you
degrees.
hear a dead friend call soft behind your back, bite your tongue and face the dawn and never answer
So now I'm looking at it in the same reference point as this, but now it's up and down. This should translate better to Unreal in the way that I'm looking at things. Okay, so there's that, there's that. Alright, what I'm going to do is we're going to duplicate this node. Duplicate, going to hit Control D. And I'm going to Control D. Get rid of that. I want it to be facing the same direction, but we're going to do some different things with this one. This one I want to be flatter, much flatter. What's this do? Classic.
3 legs passed 2 moonlit gardens, 1 dreamed where deep streams still were nameless with whispers.
Let's
So mend your strap and string your bow. Let fear have one last breath.
That would look really
The
cool.
road remembers those who stand and those who walk through death.
Kind of looks like
The
Midwest
old lights
Grand
say,
Canyon kind of thing.
hold the road till break of day. Lord,
That's not the
there
feeling I'm going
lost
for.
draw near. Follow the light when the dark
That
draws
looks
near.
actually really interesting.
Light above and stone beneath.
Does not look like a Scottish lock though.
Till
All right, so we're gonna
break
go
of day.
with erosion 1. Let's move the slot up. Right, so now you have a much flatter canyon. Valley? See what that does. Oh, that makes walls higher. So let's make let's take that away. Leave that. Okay, we're changing this one. Okay, what I'm looking for is flat. I'm looking for flat ground to go up against the right hand side. Okay, so now we're going to use offset. Not that way. We're going to offset this way. Okay, and then I'm going to change this to wide. Right? If I do thin, that mountain on the left hand side, these ones over here, are going to make a wall. I don't want that. I want wide. That flattens everything down quite a bit. Then we're gonna raise it up. Okay. So now what I'm trying to do, I don't know if it's gonna work. I hope it's gonna work. Is I want to take this. And actually, this has already got some decent flat areas. I want to combine this section, make this area even more flat. So I'm going to take these two nodes, connect them. That gives us a little combination node. And it kind of worked, right? So let's just hit add. That will keep blending and mixes the two. And then we can move it left, move it right. Cool. But what I want is add or max. See how max brought the right hand side down a little bit? I like that. And although a lock can be very deep, it doesn't necessarily have a 600-foot drop in it. Some do, but that's not exactly what I'm going for. Okay, I'm looking in this is a river eroded valley that I'm trying to turn into a glacial lock in some ways. Okay, so got this craggy, got this guy. Box, we're gonna move this back. So that is 2 canyons using transforms.
Wake
Look at that.
the iron
Okay.
from its dream.
That's very craggy. Thought that would be a little less craggy, but that's okay. We're gonna work with it. We're experimenting.
The stone.
I am gonna test a couple of things
Gate
here.
is sealed and the pressure holds. Deep runes cut
That's
where
not
the
so
river
good.
rolls. Smoke in the beard and fire in the bone. No weak hand may wake the stone.
Craggy might be going away.
Hold the stone. Barum burns and the sparks are thrown.
Okay, that's not really what I'm going for.
Hammer now before it breaks.
But we're gonna play with it. We're gonna test and see if craggy looks okay.
Blackened steel if the old marks
so
crack or
let's
fade.
move
Read them deep where
down a
the
little.
cuts
We're gonna
were
make some mountains.
made. From drum, hold the stone. Barum burns and the sparks are thrown.
Do regular old
Devar,
mountain.
shut the gates.
I'm gonna make one.
Hammer now
And now,
before it
remember,
breaks.
what I'm trying to do, I want to transition this top area to have 3 or 4 peaks on it. So, come over here, scale, I'm going to reduce. That reduces the actual footprint of the mountain. Okay, then I can make it taller. Okay, now I'm going for like the Highlands of Scotland or New England in the United States. These are old mountains. They are already eroded quite a bit. So old is good. Eroded, that's not too bad, but I like old, right? Alpine's going to be very craggy. That's like Central Europe.
Till the morning breaks.
Strata, that reminds me of desert mountains. So I'm going to stick with old. Now high, that kind of spreads out the top of the mountain a bit, quite a bit actually. So I'm going to stick with medium for right now. Then this has got X and Y. I want it. So the first mountain I'm going to do is going to be all the way on the right. Okay. And then I need it to go to the top. Okay. Got a mountain on the top. Control D. I want this one more towards the middle. Let's call this one Big Mountain. And let's push it a little further north. Okay. So we've got one mountain there, and I want to combine these. Combine them. I don't like the blend. I like add or max. Max is cool. Multiply doesn't do anything that I want. Dodge, no. Overlay, so I think it's going to be max. One of the middle should be bigger. So let's change the ratio. There we go. All right, now let's do max. Yeah, there we go. Now I've got that cool kind of valley. Yeah. Now I've got what might be a pass. Okay. Change that to medium. Let's just see what that does. Okay. I like that. That looks cool. Okay, so now we're gonna duplicate this one. I want
we were young when the mountain cried.
Here. That looks pretty cool.
Too few lived and too many died.
That, honestly,
but the brace still holds in the old mark show.
Move it a little down.
Where the lost halls breathe below. Thrum, drum, hold the stone. Barum burns and the sparks are thrown.
Okay.
Dervar, shut the gates. Grathkaz till the morning breaks.
Touch this one. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to take this out node, attach it to that guy. We're going to change that over to max. Maybe add. Blend is boring. So a lot of what I've been doing is really green merge. That's kind of cool. Is really just checking out how things work in this. That doesn't do what I want. Oh, that's kind of neat. But go back to max. Adjust this a little. Right, so now I've got 3 mountains in the background, and I actually want one more.
There's a road past the river where the old stones lean.
I want this one just a little bit more to the right.
Turn green, where the wagon
3.
wheels rattle, and the
Scale's gonna be
tired
a little
men
bigger.
brag of
We're
the
gonna move
air,
it
the
a
sign
little
of
south.
the three-legged stag.
A little more south.
Oh, the stew is thin and the beds all creak, and the roof lets
there we go.
rain
That's
on
what
the
I was looking
fortunate
for.
meek. but the wolves won't follow and the dead won't drag if you sleep
So,
by
we
the
have
sign
the
of
craggy, the
three-legged
valley
stag.
down here. This is what I'm going for, is a valley on the bottom. I want the cragginess all over there. Then I'm going to combine these two nodes. I like having things look nice, so we're going to make things look nice. Craggy might be going away.
Has a door made of stone. The cook says the tower hums when you drink alone.
This might be an ad.
The bard says nonsense, then he packs his bag and returns.
I think the cragginess is going to go away. I don't like it.
Raise one high, raise one low, for the road where the lost folk go. Hoof on stone and fire in the flag.
I like the way this looks.
Alright,
let's disconnect this. Disconnect craggy. Reconnect mountain range. There we go. That looks good.
Don't answer back if the trees go still.
Alright, craggy, go away.
The track if the moon turns blue and your lantern sag, run like
Okay, so
hell
now
for
I
the
want
three-legged
a
stag.
lock in this area. So, what are we going to do?
Some say
Happy
it's
with what
luck,
we have there.
some say it's
I
lies.
should probably add
say a
some
ghost
erosion.
with antlered eyes, but I've seen hard
And we should
men
probably
weep
add our
and
island
cowards brag when
before we
dawn
do
found safe by the three-legged stag.
our
Raise
ocean.
one high,
Okay,
raise
so let's
one
do
low,
island.
for the road where the lost
I haven't found like
go.
bluff.
Hoof on stone and fire in the flag. Raise one more
Check on
for the
primitives.
three-legged stag.
Assets. Constant cracks draw. Yeah, but I don't even know. I have no idea what some of the stuff is. Fractal. Hemisphere. Okay. Marine landscape. What's uplift do? Oh, that was kind of neat. No idea what it actually does. Makes the top of things look cool. Alright, so topography, contours, grid, rocky, scatter. A lot of this stuff I should be able to do in Unreal. Ooh, fractal terraces. Okay, anyway, I want to get the size of my island right. So let's just find, oh, stop it. Okay, I'm gonna connect these two lines. Alright, so that just put that island right there. Oh, you know what? Let's put Craggy back for a second. Craggy. That's about what I got. Grab this line. I want to do auto level. That makes the height maps for the different nodes going into that node. Oh, no, we're not doing auto. Equalize? Nope. I mean, that looks ridiculous. No, let's take Craggy back out. That's fine. Now let's see what auto level does. Yeah, auto level still breaks it. What about down here? That looks insane. That would be one mountainous region. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it like that. Alright, so island. Let's hit auto level here. Oh, you know what? I forgot a node. We need a transform node. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna let me move and rotate. The island. First of all, let's reduce the size. That looks okay. Let's get rid of a little chaos. Okay, I like that. Alright, so if the island is there, we're using this. Alright, the island's there. I want to flip it, so I want the little foot-looking thing on the left-hand side. So we're going to use our transform, and we're going to angle it. I want the foot on the left-hand side. Rotated it. So now I want to bring it back down and to the right. Oops. I get my foot back. It kind of looks like it'll... Yeah, there's my foot back. Offset X brings it to the right. Offset Y brings it down. We're going to go a little bit more. Take a closer look. Now, because I'm on max, this isn't going to blend into the landscape, which is fine, because I can do that in Unreal. Alright, so I haven't brought in any water yet. I'm going with the same principles as the level that I just showed you already in Unreal. But this might give me a little better, flatter area for parts of the game. Not doing much over here though. I like that ridge line. Now I'm going to show you how I've been bringing in an ocean, but let's do erosion. First, let's do thermal and erosion. Put that in. Not going to change too much there. Right, that just softened everything up. Makes it look more New England-y. Craggy, like the Karen looks. Yeah, it did dress these peaks a little bit, but it gave you some river valleys going down. So I like the way it looks. I am going to make the rock a bit harder. Okay, so now my rocks are a little bit harder, which is fine. And depending on how my sea level goes, I might probably use all this region as that farm. Okay. So let's bring these up here. Okay, those are my major thermal changes. And we're gonna do steep. Okay. So, easiest thing to do is just change the level. We're gonna go to change the level.
Every time the night bells
Shore size, much smaller.
I hope your light
Not
is
zero.
what they bring.
I don't know how
Like the
big
North
units are.
Star in the
Door height.
sky. You guide me home. You're my reason why.
And variation.
You're the light that leads.
So you'll see now that coastal area that I thought I was going to use is completely submerged. But so is my island.
In your
So
glow,
let's go to island. Let's go to transform, and we're going to offset the sea and make it taller. Go check the sea. So that brought my island back up. Take a closer look. Alright, so in Unreal, I'll be able to flatten this to match this landscape. It'll look like you're going straight from there onto the bluff. I can raise all of this as well, but if I change the shore size,
you bring me home, you make it right.
let's change the shore height.
You're the light that leads me through. Every road brings me
Something's
back
broken a
to
little bit there.
you. In your glow, I'll never roam.
Extra clip.
Your smile's my guide, my way back home.
Okay, so that does not like being 0-0. Alright, this is giving me some beaches, which I like.
Past the pines and river storm. Through the dark, I'm not alone. Where the
that kind of
tavern
ruins
candles
those.
glow. That's the place my heart still knows. You're the light that
See if we bring that
leads
down.
me through. Every road brings me back to you.
That's pretty much what I'm
In your
going
glow,
for, to be honest.
I'll never roam. Your
Right?
smile's
I'll
my
be able
guide,
to take the back side of this.
my way back home.
Let's change this to 2K because that's what I'm going to export it in. And that does change things. It does. I'm gonna go through all of the nodes, reformat everything into 2K. Let's zoom back out. It looks good. Okay, so got a more. It's not nearly flat. You could use this as the horse area. You could recreate this as terraces. The farm could be right over here. I do like that crap. That wall looks cool. Might have to export this one too. That's a pretty good looking bluff. I'm going to show you guys how to export anyway. I will use this one to do that. Might be able to use this. This whole area could be the dwarf kingdom. This area is definitely big enough to be a little horse stable area. And this line right here, let me take a closer look. That could be a major rushing water area. Or this, or both. They could combine. To do that, I would have to move the island up, though. That one looks pretty good. Alright, honestly, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with this. Alright, so, the next thing that we need to do is come over here to Output, go to Asset, go to Unreal. Okay. I am going to right-click and rename. We're going to call this Gaia. SC. Now, go to Build. There's a few things that we need to change. First of all, right here, change this to R16. Why, I don't know. Information, that just does some stuff. Go to More Settings. Oh, hang on. Forgot to do something. Need to right-click. Mark for Export. That's important. Now you go to More Settings. Go to Nodes. Change this from EXR to short raw 16. Go to Terrain. This is where the height map changes. Take a look. Everything just went and it got really big. That's going to look really bad. We'll go back here. Go back to Terrain. You'll notice some tips. Think about your terrain size realistically. Most common mountains in the hills tend to be quite smaller than what users anticipate. So, these are some descriptions of major mountains. And Ben Nevis, that happens to be in the Highlands. Tallest mountain in Scotland. Go Scotland. So, I'm going to make my height be roughly the same height as Ben Nevis. Now watch what happens to my landscape when I hit close. It shrinks. Boom. Alright. One other thing that's important is right now the seafloor looks like crap. Okay, so what did I do in the other level? Well, first of all, let's file save as. This one doesn't have anything. This was the most recent project, so we're going to do that. Buff. Landscape. We're actually just going to name this SC. Okay. So, I believe what I'd done, in order to fix that, I had two other nodes. One was, I don't think it was transform, it was an adjust. We had an adjust node. Didn't adjust the way I wanted it to, so let's check out clip. Nope. Let's check out clamp. Nope. Multiply. Nope. We're gonna hit Control Z on multiply. It was at 1. Okay. Oh shit, everything looks fucked up. Oh, damn, that looks cool. looks cool, but it's not practical. Alright, so let's delete this node. Alright, let's file. Check this node back out. Okay, so we're back to where we were.
Light above and stone beneath, cold hands around
Stick it in
the
there.
fire.
Yep. Now it's
The ridge waits black against the dawn.
Let's go back to manage settings. Terrain, let's lower this a little. Let's do 1250.
Two hearts slept in the old world's
looks okay.
breast, one high
What do we
and
want?
one below.
So we're gonna open
One
recents,
watched over
and
the
we're gonna
river
check this
road.
guy out.
One dreamed where deep streams flow.
We're not gonna save from the last time.
Hail,
Look at
third,
that.
the old lights say,
It was an
hold
adjustment.
the road till break of day. Lord, hail, the lost draw near. Follow the light when the dark draws near.
Just waiting for everything to actually load. So this adjustment, multiply,
Some men pray to
auto level
crown
and
and
equalizer.
king, some swear
Those are
by
the two that
blade
matter.
and bow. But rangers watch the
Auto
tree
level
line
and
still
equalizer.
where
Step.
nameless
Go back to
whispers
open recents.
go.
We're gonna open up SC. We're not changing
If
anything
you
there.
hear a dead friend call soft behind your back, bite your tongue and face the dawn and never answer back. Elther, the old lights say,
The
hold the
island.
road till break of day.
Okay.
Lord,
Adjustments.
hail, the lost draw near. Follow
Okay,
the
there we
light
go.
when the dark draws near.
Break this line. Bring that up here. Okay. Goes auto level and equalizer. Look at that. That did not do what I wanted it to.
Three legs pass through moonlit grass, one shadow left behind. The stag stood tall where hope grew thin and turned the lost from blind. So mend your strap and string your bow, let fear have one last breath. The road remembers those who
So
stand
that did
and
change.
those who walk through death.
That did change the depth here.
Lights say, hold the road till break of day. Lord, there the lost draw near. Follow the light.
It did not,
when the
however,
dark draws near.
give me any texture. I think that got plates, got mountain. I don't have ridges. Now, all this I can fix. I can fix a lot of what just happened in Unreal. Auto level. Equalizer plus auto level. Let's knock that down. Whoa, that's cool. Ridge back. Okay. But I still don't have anything here. Let's see what it looks like. Post export. be... Still too tall. Alright, so clip will clip anything that's outside of clay. Those are very tall mountains. I'm losing all my flat space over here.
Strike the bar and turn the same. Wake the iron from its dream.
Anyway, this doesn't look bad, and the whole point of me streaming today was to show you guys how I've been building some stuff. And this looks okay.
Gate is sealed and the pressure holds. Deep runes cut where
Turn this
the
into a
river rolls.
lake or
Smoke
something.
in the beard and fire in the bone. No weak hand may wake the stone. From
Like this pass.
hold the stone. Barum burns and the sparks are thrown.
Alright, anyway.
Devar, shut the gate.
More settings.
Hammer now before
Go
it
back to
breaks.
terrain. Let's reduce this to 800 and watch what happens. So it's 1250.
Water
Everything's
turns the
much
hidden
lower.
wheel. Bronze remembers blackened steel. If the old marks crack or fade, read them deep where the cuts were made. From drum,
need this mountain to
hold
be
the stone. Barum burns and the sparks are thrown. Devar,
Which I guess I could do in Unreal.
Hammer now before it breaks.
I could add a whole nother ridge line here.
Crag, the flow is torn. Zag, druck, the floor is worn. Crag, talk, mark the wound. Forge by fire and mend it soon. We were young when the mountain
This is much softer.
cried. Too few lived and too many died, but the brace still holds and the old marks show.
Anyway, let's show
where the
you
lost
how
house
to export.
breathe
Build
below.
destination, landscapes folder. This folder's fine. This is my Gaia folder. More settings, just double check that. Terrain, let's move this up to 1,000. Nope, that was 5,000. Let's move this up to 1,000. Okay, this is still flat enough. It's still flat enough, that'll work. This area is nice and flat, and so is this area, so I could have my farm kind of where I wanted it. Then I can turn this area into the dwarf kingdom, second tier their kingdom. Alright, we're gonna export this, and we'll experiment with it. Alright, so, I've already got everything set up. We already went through more settings. Just hit build. Now it's 429. Yep, cool. So that just exported. Now I'm going to go back to Unreal. This is the level that I was working in, which I really quite like. I think I'm just going to work in this one for now, because this gives me a flat enough area. I've already thought about, this is where the river is going to come out and into the bluff. I thought about that. I'm going to use this as outside dwarven farm area, terrace this area, but for now, that's going to be a forest, roughly new growth. Well, new growth for a dwarf, it's going to be a 300-year-old forest. And then this is going to be their kingdom. This area here is going to be a holding pond, going to be a dam right here. Going to be run down, probably broken down a bit. River's gonna run right down into the water. Yeah, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this one.
Crag, the flow is torn, zag, brook, the floor
And I
is
like having,
worn,
you know, you
crag,
gotta
tuck,
really
mark
go
the
on a mission
wound, forged by fire and
to
mended
get up here. The horse farm area. I really like this landscape. This is what I'm gonna work with.
Cried.
And I can use this area over here
Into many
to build some cool scenes I've got in my
The
mind.
brace still holds in the old mark
Yeah,
show.
I'm gonna use this one. So this is SB.
Where the
We're gonna
lost
file.
halls
We are
breathe
going
below.
to
Drum,
hit save all.
drum, hold the stone barrel
new level.
burns and the sparks are thrown.
Open an empty level.
Shut the gate. Grathcars till
That
the
wasn't
morning
exactly what I wanted to do.
breaks.
There, we're gonna go back to landscape. So this is a basic landscape level. This one, we're gonna save the current level as. This gives us our super basic settings. We're gonna find B. SA, SB. Change this to S.
Till the
C.
morning breaks.
I guess it's not quite the full lock because I don't have that southern portion yet. Man, that's gonna suck to try to build, isn't it? So once this saves, takes us a couple of seconds. Gonna turn this up.
There's a road past the river where the old stones lean, where the
Okay,
fog
go to world
walks
partitions,
soft and the
highlight all of
hills
these,
turn green, where
right
the
click,
wagon wheels
load
rattle,
those
and the
sections.
tired men
That just gives
brag
us
of the
basic
ale
ground.
at the sign of the
Then we're gonna
three-legged
go to
stag.
landscape. We're gonna go to manage,
Oh,
import,
the stew is
site map,
thin and the bed's all
and we're gonna
creak,
find the
and
one we
roof lets
just
rain
built.
on
It
the fortunate
is
meek, but the
4:30.
wolves won't follow and the dead won't drag if you sleep by the sign of the three-legged stag. Raise one high, raise one low.
None of these say
For the
4:30.
road where the lost
One of them
folk
should.
go.
Let's check this.
Hoof on stone and fire
so that
in the
didn't
flag. Raise one
export the way I
more for the
expected it
three-legged
to.
stag.
Mark for export. Okay, go back there.
The smith swears the cellar
built.
has a door made of
built.
stone. The cook
All
says
more
the
notes for
tower
export seem
hums
to
when
be
you
built. Would you
drink
like to
alone.
try to save the current
bard
build
says nonsense,
directly?
then
Yes.
he packs his bag and returns every
should have just
year
done it.
to the three-legged
back
stag.
here.
Raise one high, raise
Check
one
those
low.
files.
For the road where the lost folk
That
go.
should have saved.
Hoof on stone and fire in the flag. Raise one more for the three-legged stag.
That absolutely should have saved. TLS, Gaia. Let me just check and make sure all my settings are right. Go back here. R16. More settings.
If the night calls your name, don't answer back. If the trees go still,
fine.
keep
Increment.
to the track. If the moon turns blue
That's
and
correct.
your lantern sag, run like hell for the three-legged stag.
Yeah, that's the node to export. That exports this guy.
Some say it's luck, and some say it's lies. Some say a ghost with antlered eyes. But I've
Fine.
seen
Execute
hard
build.
men weep and cowards brag when dawn found them safe by the three-legged stag. Raise one
Destination.
high, raise
Got it.
one low.
Yeah, okay.
For the road where the lost folk go. Hoof on stone
that.
and fire in the flag.
4:30 in the afternoon
Raise
where I
one
am.
more
None of
for the
these are 4:30.
three-legged stag.
Sometimes this doesn't work perfectly.
Raise one more for the three-legged stag.
So we're gonna hit save. We're gonna X out, sometimes it doesn't seem to connect. Oh, and you guys were still looking at Gaia. All right, so let's switch back over to the editor here. My projects. Sorry about that. So I'm glad it didn't work. All right, so I'm just reloading Unreal. Then we're going to be done with today's stream. I appreciate it if you viewed me or if you watch this video later. Okay, clear that warning. Okay, so we're going to file, open level, recent levels, SC. Okay, so that just brings us back to our open world. This is a basic open world. It's just got a few items in it. Got directional lighting, experimental height fog, those items. Back to landscape. Manage, import, height maps. Should be there now. Oh my gosh, nothing's there. You guys saw me. I saved it. Could be here. Not. So, this is where it would be. Let me import. I'll just import the last one I did this morning. Just so you guys can see. So, that just highlights everything. Import. Now, what I haven't figured out, and it is frustrating me, is exactly how to get the base of the height map to the right spot. So you can see the baseline, cut through those lines right there. It's not level, it's not where it should be. So change that, hit landscape, go here. I already know it's like 26,500. That brings it almost to where it's supposed to be. See, still a little off, but this shows you. So this is one of the height maps that I've created. This island was too small. Although this is a pretty cool mountain. I like the way it looks. It's definitely the landscape piece. That's not exactly where I wanted it. And I do like how over here and on this side, the lock is kind of closing off. What this is going to be is a title lock, but this is not the level that I like the most. Go to favorites. SB is the one that we're going to work on. I'm not saving anything in there, don't need to. This is the one I'm going to work on. I'm going to put in the water, and you'll notice this has got actual floor to be what's going to be the bottom of the lock. It does still scoop in on both sides. It's going to be a tidal lock. This area is going to be where my fishing village is, probably closer to this side over here. I'm going to have the ruins, I think, are going to be probably right here on the side of a river. Those are the guardhouse ruins. Over here is going to be the farmhouse plateau. Enough farm space for a little bit of wheat. And then up here is going to be the terraces. And this is going to be what the Dwarf Kingdom comes out of. Alright, so this is what I'm going to work on. I've shown you guys a little bit about what TLS was, the actual tavern. And then I've shown you what it currently is. I'm very much leaning toward having the rooms be inside the original tavern and turning that whole other section into the stables. I think that's the way I'm gonna go. So yeah, this is Hailborn signing off. Go far, go slow, step different.
Every time my phone does ring, I'm hoping it's your smile it'll bring. Like the North Star up in the sky, you got me home, you're my reason why. You're the light that leads me through. Every night I'm coming back to you. In your glow, I'll never roam. Your smile's my guide, you're my way back home. When the night feels long and cold, your love's the warmth I'll always hold. Like that star shining so bright, you bring me home, you make it right. You're the light that leads me through. Every night I'm coming back to you. In your glow, I'll never roam. Your smile's my guide, you're my way back home. Every time my phone does ring, I'm hoping it's your smile it'll bring. Like the North Star up in the sky, you got me home, you're my reason why.